Hello everyone, it's Melinda, and today we're going to be looking at geodes. So before I get started with, all of the details and information, I think it's important to point out that geode is not a type of mineral. Sometimes when we're just starting out, we can be confused and think that a geode is a specific type of mineral, but in fact, it's a type of mineral formation and can contain a variety of different minerals. There's not just one type of geode. That being said, today I'm going to be showing you very common geodes that are filled with quartz and agate. But that's not to say that there aren't others. There are certainly others, and we'll talk about it just slightly a little later on. But since I do a lot of videos and have already done some videos on other minerals that can form into geodes, I thought it would be, it's not necessary to show them again. If you are interested to see them, you can just, check out my previous videos. Today we're going to be focusing on quartz and agate geodes, and they definitely tend to be the more popular ones anyways. So let's get down to details. So geodes are spherical or subspherical rock structures with an internal cavity lined with minerals. So let's put that in the simplest terms. It is a rock that is sort of roundish, and it is hollow on the inside and contains minerals, sometimes even nicely shaped pointed crystals, which is always very fun. I think I'm going to start showing you my just regular quartz geode from Morocco. It's in different pieces, but they all form together, including these little ones. There were even, smaller ones that were rejected from my collection. And this is very typical of the type of quartz geode that you'll find, like break your own, which is exactly what this was. Very, very popular, especially for kind of newbie collectors. It's just so fun and amazing to crack one of these open and see what's inside. Absolutely thrilling. I love this piece. It was really dense on this side, lots of crystals. So how are these beauties formed, right? They have a durable outer wall that's more resistant to weathering than the surrounding bedrock. So this allows the geode to survive while the surrounding rocks are kind of weathering away over time. The mineral lining the cavity is often a druzy or tiny quartz crystals like we see here. Underlain with multiple bands of translucent to gray and white agate. And if we look really closely, we might see a very, very, very thin layer right near the crust. But it definitely becomes more apparent in some of my other ones that I'll show you a little later on. This is very heavily quartz. There we go. So cool. So cool. So rich purple amethyst, perfect white calcite crystals, and colorful banded agate are other common linings of geodes, as well as celestite, a very beautiful light blue crystal that I did a previous video on if you're interested to go see that. Rare geodes can be filled with beautiful blue gem silica, pink rhodochrosite, spectacular opal with vivid play of color, and other rare minerals as well. So like I said earlier, even though I'm just showing you today my quartz and agate ones, there are certainly many other minerals that form into geodes. This one's neat too. So geodes range in size from under 1 centimeter to several meters in length. And there are even some absolutely ginormous geodes in the world that you can actually enter your entire body into, like cave-sized geodes. Absolutely mind-blowing. Okay. Just a little piece. So from the outside, most geodes look like common rocks, but when they're opened up, the sight can be, like I said, absolutely breathtaking. Geodes are not found randomly here and there. That's a very common misconception of a newbie collector. It's very, very unlikely that you'll just pick up a random rock and crack it open and find crystals inside. But that's a very common, kind of assumption when people are just starting out. So yeah, you can't just find them randomly here and there. Instead, they're usually found in large numbers in areas where the rocks have been formed in a special geochemical environment. Most geode localities are in A, stratified volcanic deposits such as basalts and tuffs, or B, stratified sedimentary carbonate deposits such as limestones and dolomites. I have some little tiny pieces that I have in my little protective displays. I'm not going to open them up because it's, a lot of the same, but I'll just give you a little peek into each little container. So the most widely known and sought after geodes are those that formed in areas of volcanic activity. Voids and basaltic lava flows often are infilled with agate, quartz, opal, and other material delivered by hydrothermal water or groundwater. Geodes and sedimentary rocks are often found in limestones, dolomites, and calcareous shale. I've definitely found some myself here in Ontario. In these deposits, a gas-filled void can serve as the opening for geode formations. Shells, tree branches, roots, and other organic material often decay away to leave a void for the formation of mineral materials. So these cavities can be filled with quartz, opal, agate, or carbonate minerals. They're generally smaller than the geodes formed in volcanic rocks. The volcanic ones tend to be much, much more large. They are so fun. With supervision, they're a great thing to do with children to get them, interested in the hobby. I definitely recommend breaking open your own geode. All right, so sometimes in stores or at sales, you'll see geodes being described as agate geodes. And I do have a few of them here, so I'll start. You can see the outside. The outside is the telltale of agate. You can see that natural formation of the banding. See the crystals on the inside. Quick look around again. So this one's been sliced open very nicely, not like my hand-crushed one. Oh, so gorgeous. So the formation of agate is most often from deposition of layers of silica filling voids in volcanic vessels or other cavities. The layers form in stages, with some of the new layers providing an alternating color, although this one kind of looks uniform in color. Sometimes you'll have different colors in the points in the center. Gorgeous. See the outside? Isn't that neat? I almost find the outside just as fascinating as the crystals in these ones. I absolutely love this texture. So cool. And this one's more of a, like a grayish color. So since the cavities are irregularly and uniquely shaped, each agate forms its own pattern based on the original cavity shape. When a cavity is completely filled, it forms a solid mass of agate, but often it's only partially filled, like something like this, or like the other two I'm showing you. And that would leave a hollow void, which often has quartz growths. So in the innermost layer, you will see these beautiful points. And even though this is labeled an agate geode, those little points on the inside are still quartz. And you know what? Agate and quartz are very, very similar minerals anyways. So even when something is labeled an agate geode, it still has the quartz on the inside. And quartz geodes may very likely have a very thin layer of agate right on the outside as well. This one, I just love the outside. This one I purchased for the outside. The inside's lovely too, but it's got some colors, and I don't know, I love it. I really, really do love this one. Gorgeous. See if I can get closer. So these bubbly, swirly shapes are very, indicative of agate, very typical of it. And then the inside is just a little geode. Although I love the multicolored kind of swirls going on. Oh, so gorgeous. And there are crystals on the inside, little quartz crystals on the inside as well. Gorgeous. So, geodes, particularly these types here, these break your own types, they can be very, very affordable. You know, they're not costly whatsoever. They're quite, plentiful in the world, and so you can get them at very affordable prices. And because of this, they are often turned into, I don't want to say like low-grade jewelry, but like more costume quality jewelry rather than like, a sapphire pendant or something like that. Definitely it's in a different range when it comes to value and rarity. So because it's not very costly to purchase and you can make beautiful jewelry out of it and be able to keep your prices down, they've become very, very popular. Geode pendants are extremely popular, and they are often altered by man, which is not necessarily a negative thing unless you're being told that it's natural. Then, that crosses a line in my opinion. But if you know what you're buying and you understand what you're buying and you still love it, then you should absolutely enjoy that specimen. Absolutely. I have some in my collection, as you can see, and yeah, I love them. I'm not bothered at all that they're, dyed or man altered. That does not bother me at all. So I'll start showing you this one. Both of these were purchased in Paris. See if I can get it better. There we go. So I would hope even the, untrained eye would know that this is dyed. It's not a very high quality dye job by any means. You can definitely see the green dye caking in cracks, but it's still beautiful. But it's certainly dyed. You'll often see bright pink and blue. Yeah. It's just good to know when something's natural and when it's not. So this is definitely dyed, and they can certainly be, you know, more higher quality dyed, not quite as obvious as this, but you can still tell that they're dyed. This one is so beautiful, titanium aura quartz. It's one of my first favorites when I was a newbie, and of course, well, I would hope people would know that this is not natural. It's freaking gorgeous, but it certainly does not come out of the ground like this. So this is just like these geodes over here, except for it has been man-altered. So it is quartz. It's natural in that sense. It's certainly still natural quartz, but that finish is not natural. So I don't know if I said, but it's called titanium rainbow aura quartz, or just titanium quartz. And like I said, it's definitely natural quartz crystals, but it has been manufactured by bonding titanium oxide onto its surface by vaporizing it within a chamber, usually. And it definitely creates a beautiful permanent color. Shiny, so many different colors, especially purples and golds and blues. Absolutely beautiful. And if it is done correctly, if it's not cheaply done one, it should not come off on your clothes. It shouldn't, you know, wash away or rub off or anything like that. So if you love it, which I certainly do, then you are certainly free to do so. It is still really fascinating and beautiful. And it's still natural quartz, it's just had titanium oxide vaporized onto it. Very pretty. Let's see if we can get closer. Oh, there's a bird singing out my window. I love that. Yeah, so pretty. There we go. The more you know. So before I let you go, I want to attempt to show you my very large quartz geode half from the Sahara Desert in Africa. It's so heavy, but I will definitely see if I can. Oh, there we go. What do we think? Oh, it's frozen. There we go. There we go. Isn't that something? It goes so deep inside. Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. There you go, guys. These are my geodes. Like I said, I do have other geodes, celestite, amethyst, but I have already made a video on celestite, so you can definitely go check that out in my videos, and we'll be making one on amethyst in the future as well, so I figured I'll just stick with my regular old quartz and agate for this video, with a little bit of extra information on the way that they're utilized for jewelry. Yeah, so I hope you found that interesting. Thank you so much for stopping by again. See you next time.